busy day. It's June the 4th, and lots of stuff going on. Finally shipped some new stuff to the product, which was amazing. Always great to be shipping, making good progress there, enjoying it a lot. I think, yeah, like that's great. Today's reflection, I think most people, if you want to progress in your career, and if you're really young, I think I'm gonna at some point record like a longer video on this, but I think most people would be served incredibly well early in their career by trying to be radically useful. Like, forget all the self-imposed boundaries and rules and whatever you think you should be doing or shouldn't be doing in a company, especially if you're in a startup. Yeah, I would say particularly if you're in a startup. I am not qualified to give any advice on corporate, never worked there. But if you're in a startup, try to be radically useful. Just take on stuff, do it unreasonably well, unreasonably fast, and work unreasonably hard. And by that, you will be very useful very quickly. So you will turn into something that is like a net positive. Most young people in startups, most people in general in startups, tend to be not net positives. So they take up more resources, more time, more money, more whatever than they create. Um, and so they are kind of like cancer cells, and they suck a lot of resources mainly money and time, but also attention out of the company. And everyone's job is to try and be net positive. So to be very autonomous and to autonomously create um, to autonomously create unreasonably good things unreasonably quickly. And that requires unreasonable amounts of effort. You cannot be thinking about, if you're an intern, you cannot be thinking about how much you're being paid. You cannot be thinking, oh, but I'm like, just forget about all that. Take on whatever they will give you, do it incredibly well and incredibly quickly. Like, you need to have your shit together and be sharp, right? And obviously you will learn, and that's great. And so if you hit that ceiling, and then you'll get feedback, and you'll get people to, maybe they say, you, I don't like this, or I would prefer that, or maybe try that. Do these things. Like, actually take the feedback seriously, adopt it, and show them, whoever is mentoring you, whoever is sharing, like spending very, very valuable time and attention on you and helping you progress, take that extremely seriously. Because at the end of the day, no one will care about you. Um, I mean, they might personally care about you and like you, and all of that, and there might be great culture, but at the end of the day, you're not mission critical. There is a mission, and that mission, that's the focus. So try to serve that mission versus becoming a distraction. And to do that, you have to take, for example, feedback very seriously, because otherwise you'll just not get feedback anymore. Because people don't, like, there's no amount of, like, it doesn't matter, right? Because I like if, like I don't care if you improve or if you don't improve. Obviously, I would prefer you to improve, as it serves me, like working on them towards the mission, and you can be useful towards that. That's the ideal case, which is why I will spend time and attention on trying to give you feedback, on trying to help you grow, on trying to help you be more useful. But my conviction, so the question is like, how often am I going to be willing to try that out? So if you get feedback, if you get tips, take them extremely seriously. And if you do that, if you work hard, if you focus on doing probably a little bit more than what you're being told, like just take on things, like just say, I'm going to do this, or like if you hear something, do it, right? But especially the things you're being told to do, if you do them in extremely well, like push yourself well, right? Like, and not like, oh, I need help this, I need help that. Like, if you don't know, like fucking Google, like, like figure it out, right? Because I can guarantee you, especially if you're an early stage startup, every person that is going to give you a thing, they're working on even harder things, right? That they're figuring out. Like everyone at a startup is figuring it out. No one has an idea. No one has a plan. You are not in a significantly worse position, so you can just take on things, figure out how to do them well, unreasonably well, ideally, but well is a good start, and then try and work quickly and efficiently. And that will make you extremely valuable as a startup employee. I hope that helps. If someone out there watching, share your experience. I'm very curious to hear about your experience. I think, yeah. And other than that, keep going, keep this to yourself, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.